Brakatia Howell, Brakatia Hushai, Brakatia Howell, Brakatia Hushai, Brakatia Howell, Brakatia Howell, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Chakodash. That belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you Akim, to Zadakim, that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. On the pre-Shaman, this week's topic is going to be entitled A Dream I'll Never Forget. A dream I'll never forget. And this is going to be one of two dreams. I'm going to do a lesson on this one today, Lord willing, and I'll do the next one tomorrow, Lord willing. It's pretty much two dreams I've had in the truth that I just always remember. And I'm going to say the dream, then we're going to go into some scriptures, and it was a dream of the chariots coming. And the chariots, they weren't saucer-shaped chariots. They kind of were shaped like T's. They were like this, flying like this. But imagine this huge and this part huge, and they were like that, flying, right? But what stood out the most about the dream was the laser beams from the chariots. One, they were blue. They were blue laser beams, but it was identical to the tractor beams. And I've shared this in speakings, I've shared this in lessons before, and I'm just doing it again. It's just something I don't remember when I had it. It must have been many years ago, but the laser beams and the tractor beams were pretty much identical, and I saw them being shot on people, and some people were being turned to fucking ash, and some people were being delivered. And you really did not know your faith, until the very last second. So when that beam of light hit you, you didn't know if you were going to get turned to dust or be beamed up. And people were terrified. I was seeing that all around me, and I was seeing the chariots do their thing, destroying shit. And anyway, so towards the very end of the dream, I'm in where I used to live at. I'm on my bed. The beam of light is coming through the house, and I'm like scared. I'm praying to the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, like in a fetal position on the bed, just nervous. And then the beam of light comes on me, and I'm praying. I'm like, am I going to be delivered? Am I going to be ash? I was just like praying, and boom, I woke up. And the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, is very theatrical, and that was a great deal of suspense, because I did not know my faith. I did not know my fate, whether I was going to be beamed up or whether I was going to be delivered. So it was a heavy dream. It was very visceral, it felt real. And that told me, when I woke up, I was like, man, I got to keep going. There's no guarantees. That's the Lord telling me, you got to keep going. Now, the book of Numbers, chapter 12, verse 6 says, and he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, and I'm calling myself a prophet of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because I'm going to these scriptures and I'm saying things before they happen that were taught to me by my apostles and elders, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It says, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision. And that was a vision of the destruction. Now, I'm not going to outright tell you that's exactly how it's going to play out, where the beams are going to be multifaceted, okay? Because I'm not going to add to the word. But I'm just saying it's not impossible that the Lord do something like that, It says, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. So the Most High is giving brothers in this truth dreams from time to time that, it felt like, damn, like you were really immersed in that thing, like, and that was one of my two experiences where the dream felt extremely, like, just so vivid, man, and terrifying. Sometimes those dreams could mean nothing, and actually in most cases they don't really mean much. You often forget them. That's in the Apocrypha too, like going about your business, you typically dream what you think about, but certain dreams are more than that, A lot of dreams have meanings, and it's up to the prophet or the Lord to interpret it through the scriptures. Joel chapter 2 verse 28, it says, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, right? That's how come you see even people that's not necessarily on the highways and byways are having dreams that deal with prophecies. For example, I saw this video of this one dude that said he had a dream or something like that, and he saw the angels were like giant black men. It was either a dream or vision or something like that. But there's a lot of people saying, you know, they had out-of-body experiences or these deep dreams, okay, where they in the spirit world and they seen the Lord and the angels as black men, so-called black men, and they can't explain it, but we can. You see, so that's the Lord working on the minds of individuals and showing them glimpses and visions. It says, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy. Now we know that the woman ain't gonna be prophesying. It's talking about getting visions, getting dreams. You might have a woman that she get a bunch of dreams. Brothers in their lessons where they don't really dream much in terms of prophetic dreams, but the woman might have dreams, and they come, yo babe, you know, I had a dream people were getting chipped and shit like that, and you know, she's not out there speaking, but she's telling you it now you know, you interpreted the dream, now you could do a lesson on it. So that's the Lord really, you know, fulfilling that Joel, the 2nd chapter right there. So, you know, they have a dream about the RFID microchip. That's a prophecy in itself, because they're having dreams of things before it happened, being mandated, RFID microchip being mandated, which is the mark of the beast. It says, your daughter shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions, right? And like I said, these dreams that you dream, and not every dream is spiritual. A lot of times it's carnal. A lot of times also the Lord can have evil spirits overthrow a man's judgment in dreams. Because remember, the scriptures also say dreams lift up fools. You know, so if you have a dream and it's not in line with the scriptures, don't bank on that dream. If somebody told you, you know, I had a dream that the RFID microchip is not the mark of the beast, for example, well, that's you know, Ecclesiasticus 3:24, that's you being deceived by your own vain opinion and hanging your beliefs on dreams instead of the scriptures. So that's really to differentiate, you know. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 13 verse 1, just backing up my point, it says, if there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder come and the sign and the wonder come to pass, wherefore he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. See, so this is a guy having a dream saying, yo, you know, we should go serve other deities. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, if a guy's banking on a dream that's contradicting to the scriptures, then cast that dude off. Verse 3, it says, thou shalt not hearken unto the words, right? So don't hearken unto the words. But if I'm telling you, I had a dream where the beams were multifaceted, that's going into end time destruction. That's going into end time destruction. So I'm like, damn, you know, and it was, like I said, it was a scary sight, man. It says, thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams. There's one dream that the apostle to always talk about with Nate, Bishop Nathaniel of the IUIC, that he said he had a dream that he lost the oil, but at the end he got it back. So speaking as a man, it could be possible that Nate could be of the elect. He's totally gone right now. Not totally gone, but he's off on a lot of things, you know. And it'd be very important things, like not confessing the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is the only name, telling his congregation they could call on Christ. Have women there, they doing shape ups, they doing a bunch of shit. You know, could be another King Manasseh situation playing out. But he did say in his dream he got it back. And what's heavy is that could come to pass. It could come to pass that Nate get it back, you know, and a lot of the people that was deceiving this congregation just stay deceived. The Most High's trick bag is terrible, you know, so it's just an example, you know. It says, dream of dreams, for the Lord your power proveth you to know whether ye love the Lord or love the Lord your power with all your hearts and with all your souls. So Yep, the dreamer, the person having the dream have to be, you know, spiritual, prophetic, aligning with the scriptures. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 18. It says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? And the reason I'm bringing that out is because in the dream, the righteous was scarcely being saved. I'm talking about to the very last second. You really did not know, you know, which that's how the Lord does things. You know, the hero of the movie dangling on the cliff, he got 5 fingers and 4 fingers, 3, 2, 1. He lets go and then a hand grabs him from falling off the cliff. That's how the Lord really do things when it comes to delivering. He deliver you on the last minute, you know, the last second, because he, you know, theatrical. Some brothers say, like, you might even feel that heat a little bit when that destruction happens. I mean, time will tell, you know. We just pray that we make it to the very end, and we'll have these answers for certain in the kingdom, you know. 19, wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing as unto a faithful creator. Right, so pretty much we gotta just endure to the very freaking end, man, because we don't know, you know. We don't know until we on them chariots, you know. And that's what that dream told me, man. You don't know till you're on them chariots, you know. Now, just to add up the point that the dreams have to be prophetic, that dream I was having was going back to the destruction we read about here. Isaiah 66 and 15, it says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. That fire is talking about the laser beams. Okay, concentrated fire from what the world called UFOs, but these are IFOs. It says to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. And they were doing much destruction, man. Okay, and people were fucking afraid, terrified. Okay, it's a scary sight. 16, it says, for by fire and by his sword, okay, will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. You see, so in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, it speaks about the voice of the Lord, Yahushua. Only his voice spoke, and these men with multitudes were turned to ash. Okay, so if you have a dream like that, you having a vision of the scriptures of things to come, the destruction. You see, and that's what many prophets of the Lord did. You know, the Lord had visited many men in the scriptures too with dreams. You know, you had Joseph. Remember, he had the sheaves bound to him and the stars bound to him, which represent his brothers will be bound to him, and it came to pass. Daniel's dream. So, hey, the Most High will send heavy dreams, heavy visions to brothers, you know. So that was one of 2, and Lord willing, tomorrow I'll do the second one. With that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Chakodash, that belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopefully elect out there, you Akim to Sadakim, that do this thing now most truth and sincerity. Shalom.